Hello everyone! In February, Pokemon released a Nintendo Direct that announced Pokemon Winds and Waves. It finally showed us a little bit of the new generation that they've been working on. It showed us the environment of the region, the look of the new protagonists, and a sneak peek of the starters' first evolutions. Uh, and the starters are a new bird, a new dog, and a gecko-looking an amphibian. And my favorite is the dog because I am a dog person and it does kind of remind me of a monster from Cassette Beasts. But I'm looking really forward to this new generation on Switch 2. The graphics look kind of good. I'm hoping that they have updated them to look a little bit better than Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet and refined it. And we saw a little bit of a sneak peek of one of the legendary guys in maybe like the hidden in like one of the clouds or something. I'm looking forward to this new game that could be based on this Gen 10 game that could be based on Indonesia and the Philippines, is what I have heard, but I've also heard other people say that it could be Australia and New Zealand. So there's a lot of unknowns about Winds and Waves right now since the announcement that it only had been come out since February. And we'll need to see what more information and more reveals of Pokemon Winds and Waves as we get closer to 2027 when the game comes out. But I'm looking really forward to it. In the meantime, a couple of months ago, Pokemon released Pokemon Champions, which was supposed to be the competitor for Pokemon Showdown and a big major hub for Pokemon battling. But Pokemon Champions kind of, if you haven't heard, has kind of flopped pretty hard. You can only use 3 Pokemon or 4 Pokemon in doubles, and 3 if you're playing singles, which is a big shame because a lot of people wanted 6v6 singles and 6v6 doubles, just to have like lots of options and lots of different game modes as an option. The game didn't even launch with those options, and a lot of people were disappointed with that, which was a big surprise and kind of a shame. Kind of killed the game immediately from the get-go. But we are hoping, or at least I hope, that if Game Freak and the team working behind Pokemon Champions can make the game a little bit better with some more updates in the future, because other than that, it is just going to be a dead game if they don't try to address some of the problems that a lot of people had with the game. And I kind of hope that, I think Champions is a good idea. The game could definitely be improved and still be able to be a good battle hub. It will be used for competitive events as well in the future, so let me know if you guys have played Pokemon Champions and what your experience was like, and what you think of the new generation Pokemon Winds and Waves. I've also been wanting to play games like Fortune's Weave and Pokemon Legends ZA on Switch 2 as well, and maybe even I could play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with the DLC and the updated graphics to just see how that looks. Those are games that I've definitely put some pins in that I would like to check out if I ever did get a Switch 2. But the Switch 2 is currently in a place where the price of it is rising instead of being lowered. And these new games are coming out at like 70 to 80, who knows how much they'll be in the future. And maybe, if you're lucky, they'll be released at $60. But do you want to pay $60 to $70 to $80 just for a game and maybe a DLC expansion? Which, do we really need DLC expansions in 2026? Every company seems to think so. And games are coming out like half-baked and then patched with a DLC that costs more money on the consumer. It's kind of sad to see. And my biggest concern about the games on Switch 2 is that a lot of them don't have a lot of staying power. When games like Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, they kind of came out and had their like 15 minutes of fame and then disappeared. They kind of don't stay around. Mario Kart World, which is a very anticipated sequel to the fantastic Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, took over streaming and YouTubers for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. People played it, and then it kind of died. It just kind of didn't stick around. Like most games used to stay around, people played it and then moved on to like new trends. And then Pokemon Legends ZA came out in November or October, but the point is that it only stayed around for like a month. People played the story, lots of people wanted to get in on the action of Legends EA, and then the DLC came out, which kind of helped it a little bit. But Legends EA ended up being like this new story, very cool characters, and then it just kind of like in the year of 2026, nobody really talks about Legends ZA anymore. It's all about like whatever new game is trendy at the time. And I'm kind of concerned that with the current state of the gaming industry and like social media is that games don't stick around like they used to. But that's just my opinion from what I've seen, and I'm kind of worried that like this is the way things are going to be, and like things like Fire Emblem or future Pokemon games could be affected by things like this. But let me know your thoughts on Pokemon Legends ZA Champions and your hype for Pokemon Winds and Waves. Definitely interested to hear your opinions on that. And I hope you guys enjoyed just a little bit of my thoughts on the Switch 2 and the current future of Pokemon as it stands. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!